Episode 89. The innate true fire is a Taoist yang fire that only Foundation establishment cultivators can possess. It's a basic magical ability that all cultivators naturally gain after reaching the Foundation establishment stage. It grows more potent as the cultivator refines their qi through meditation. Upon reaching the core formation stage, this true fire transforms into the legendary Samadhi fire, capable of incinerating all things under heaven. But how could Han Li, still in the qi condensation stage, possibly wield such an innate true flame? Only after reaching Foundation establishment could he possibly use it. But to reach Foundation establishment, he needed to refine a Foundation establishment pill. And to refine that pill, he required the innate true fire that only comes after Foundation establishment. It was a vicious, inescapable circle. The sheer frustration of it all made Han Li want to bang his head against a wall.
Asking another Foundation establishment cultivator to help refine the pill? That's even worse. It'd be like handing them the secret of the little bottle on a silver platter. The helper I invited would probably end up being the one to take my life.
Han Li stood before the table, his mind a whirl of agitation for a long moment. Finally, he picked up the jade slip from the tabletop and returned it to its original spot. Then, his thoughts elsewhere, he picked up another slip, wiped it a few times, revealing a fiery red color.
The Foundation establishment pill will have to wait. Let's see what's in this one first. Maybe there are other miraculous pills inside.
Han Li was a decisive man. He immediately set aside the matter of the Foundation establishment pill and turned his attention to the red jade slip, hoping it would bring him a pleasant surprise.
The beauty preservation pill.
The moment Han Li's consciousness touched it, the three words appeared in his mind, sending a jolt of alarm through him. Still, he tried to reassure himself.
Just because the pill has that name doesn't mean its effect is what I'm thinking. It might have some other miraculous property.
But the next few sentences utterly shattered Han Li's extravagant hope. The pill's effect is described as preserving youth and maintaining one's appearance. That's all it does. Han Li stood there as if frozen, not moving a muscle, not saying a word. But inside, he could no longer suppress the dark, roiling fire that was surging up within him.
What kind of library is this anyway? How come there's not a single proper formula here? Just a huge pile of random junk. What the hell use are things like these golden needle secret arts or preservation pills to us cultivators? To think they just leave it out in the open like this.
Just as Han Li was starting to think this trip had been a complete waste, that annoying voice drifted up again.
Time's up again.
I'm coming down.
This time, Han Li wasn't about to hand over another spirit stone for free. He picked up the jade slip containing the formula for the Foundation establishment pill and prepared to leave. But as he reached the top of the stairs, he hesitated. While the beauty preservation pill offered no help in advancing one's magic power, he thought it could still be sold to other cultivators. And the main thing is, this beauty preservation pill doesn't require any so-called innate true fire. He can concoct it right now. With that thought, Han Li turned back to the table, snatched up the red jade slip as well, and then strode quickly back to the stairwell, his footsteps clattering down the steps.
So, young friend, did you find anything worthwhile?
The old man saw Han Li descend and immediately asked with a beaming smile. But to Han Li, every word of it rang utterly hollow.
Elder Shu, is the floor above truly where our sect stores its pill formulas? Is this all just a pile of junk? Don't tell me there's another collection room somewhere.
Han Li ignored the old man's teasing. Instead, he voiced the question that had been gnawing at him for a long time. Could there be other hidden chambers? Seeing Han Li's expression, the old man couldn't help but let out a sly, cackling laugh.
Since I've been in charge of this place, young friend, you're far from the first to ask me that. Almost every newcomer who visits the upper floor of the Moon Dew Hall for the first time asks me about it. But if you want to know the whole story behind this...
This elder Shu here was deliberately drawing out his words, making his intention to ask for a favor perfectly clear. That miserly expression of his left Han Li utterly speechless. Was this person even a Foundation establishment cultivator anymore? This was no longer a Foundation establishment cultivator. This was a penny-pinching merchant from the mortal world, come to grace us with his presence. So that's why Han Li finally understood why the man had insisted on being called Elder Shu instead of Martial Uncle from the start. He clearly thought that if he became a senior of the sect, he wouldn't be able to openly demand benefits anymore. So he pulled this little trick of self-deception. Han Li raised an eyebrow and, without a word, placed both jade slips on the table before the old man.
I originally intended to copy both jade slips, but looking at it now, I don't seem to have enough spirit stones. In that case, I'll just copy one of them. I'll return the other.
Han Li hadn't spent all that time in the mortal world for nothing. He pushed back a little, just to keep the other party's appetite from growing.
You want to make 2 copies?
That was the plan. But now I'd like to know the answer to that earlier question as well. And it seems my funds are a bit short again.
Well, since you're being so forthright, I'll throw in the answer to your earlier question for free. I'll get these copied for you right away, young friend.
The old man hastily snatched up the 2 jade slips, grabbed 2 blank white jade slips from the shelf behind him, and began copying with frantic speed. Han Li might change his mind at any moment.
All done. Here you go.
The old man moved with incredible speed. Before Han Li could even process it, the jade slip was already duplicated. He tossed the copy right in front of Han Li, then fixed him with a look that said, "Well, aren't you going to pay up?" Han Li's mouth twitched. He wanted to say something, but the words died in his throat. After a brief silence, he smoothly pulled 20 low-grade spirit stones from his storage pouch and handed them to the old man without a word. The old man happily took the spirit stones, grinning from ear to ear for a good while. He only remembered Han Li was still waiting for his reply after counting them over 3 or 4 times. Only then did Old Man Shu finally put the spirit stones away, looking Han Li over again with the eyes of a man who just found a gold mine.
Well, well, you can't judge a book by its cover. I truly didn't expect you to be so well-heeled, young friend. However, while I do love money, I am a man of my word. Ask me anything you like today, young friend. I guarantee you will leave satisfied.
The old man withdrew his gaze, his expression settling into one of proper, upright authority. Han Li was a little surprised, but he didn't hesitate to press for an answer to his earlier question.
The answer is actually quite simple. Most of the pill formulas have been lost for ages. It's not just our Yellow Maple Valley that's like this. The same goes for the other major sects, and indeed the entire cultivation world.
Han Li was taken aback by this, looking at the old man with confusion.
If you just calm down and think about it, young friend, you'll understand. What is the true value of a pill formula? Of course, it's because it can transform the corresponding rare treasures into pills, which we cultivators can then consume. But have you considered this, young friend? The world's rare treasures are finite, you know. Each one takes hundreds, even thousands of years to mature, yet the number of cultivators has never decreased. In fact, it grows year by year. This has led to the ingredients listed in the recipes gradually becoming scarce, and some have even slowly gone completely extinct. By the time the cultivation world realized how serious the problem was, all the world's rare treasures had already been plundered clean. Only a few special places still held the tiniest remnants. But these places, even for accomplished cultivators, are incredibly perilous. People generally won't risk it for that. That way, the formula for the raw materials would be completely cut off, rendering it utterly worthless. So who would even bother with it anymore? After an extremely long period of time, and several major blows to the cultivation world, those pill formulas gradually faded into history, leaving behind only a handful of survivors. And the Foundation Establishment pill is simply one of those few survivors.
Han Li listened to the old man's explanation, his expression unchanging as he took in the words. He gave a slight nod, said nothing, picked up the copied jade slip, and turned to walk down the passageway.
Since you're interested in alchemy, young friend, would you like to purchase a cauldron as well? How about I give you a better price?
Seeing Han Li about to leave, the old man hurriedly began to pitch his wares again.
No need. I don't have a use for it right now.
What a shame. My alchemy furnace here can withstand the intense heat of the earth flame.
Earth fire?
It's the earth's core fire, which is even more potent than innate true fire.
I thought alchemy required primordial true fire. Can this earth fire really be used to refine pills in its place?
Han Li did his best to keep his voice calm, but his heart was pounding like a drum. He felt that the path to solving his foundation establishment pill predicament might have just been found.
It seems you're completely unaware that in the cultivation world, we've long since replaced innate true fire with earth fire for alchemy. But that's nothing major. Anyone who's tried their hand at alchemy once or twice knows that. Then I'll explain it to you again, young friend, free of charge.
Seeing Han Li's apparent interest, the old man perked up, deliberately emphasizing the word free with extra weight. Han Li couldn't miss the meaning behind the old man's words, and he couldn't help but let out a bitter laugh. The other party was making it perfectly clear. While the first piece of information might be free, the eighth piece would be free too. But the difference in value between them was immense. But this matter was too important. Han Li couldn't afford to waste any more time. He turned and walked straight back.
If what Elder Shu says about the earth fire is true, then I'll just pick out a furnace here.
The cauldrons I have here are absolutely top-tier, first-rate pieces. I'm certain you'll be satisfied, young friend. Using primordial true flame for alchemy, that's ancient history. In today's cultivation world, refining pills is all done by harnessing the earth's core fire from places of profound yang. That's because our predecessors discovered long ago that earth fire is not only pure and hotter than a cultivator's true flame, but also exceptionally stable and long-lasting. It also significantly boosts the pill success rate compared to the old true flame method, and it's equally effective for refining qi. So, any major cultivation sect, or even a large clan with the means, will have its own dedicated sunfire vein for its disciples to use in alchemy and cultivation. Only those solitary rogue cultivators who truly can't borrow a proper earth fire are still stuck using this true flame method with its absurdly high rate of wasted pills.
So our sect has usable earth fire as well? Elder Shu, do you know where it is?
The old man couldn't help but burst out laughing at Han Li's question. Han Li blinked rapidly, thoroughly perplexed.
When you first arrived at the Moondew Hall, young friend, did you notice a passageway with no markings at all? That passage leads directly to the profound sun fire zone. Pay some spirit stones there, and you can borrow the earth fire.
Is that really the case?
At my age, would I lie to a junior like you?
My apologies, Elder Shu. That was out of line.
Han Li also felt that even if the other party was greedy, he wouldn't try to fool him about something like this, so he offered a sincere apology.
Given your youth, I'll let this one slide. But the discount on the alchemy furnace is off the table.